There's nothing dreamlike about this movie. There's nothing lucid either.
小姐，这是男厕所。
Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Frederick Van Eden, and this is my review of Lucid Dreams. Teddy Robin is one of Hong Kong cinema's most recognizable figures. He spent almost half a century in the local movie business, and has worked on some great films both in front of and behind the camera. He appeared in Gallant, one of my favorite movies of the last 10 years. He also appeared in Doomsday Party, a movie that I really enjoyed and admired. He appeared in a segment of Tales from the Dark 2, which he also directed, and it was my favorite segment of both movies. It was shockingly graphic, and I appreciated that. 5 years later, Teddy returns to the director's chair with Lucid Dreams, 4 short stories about supernatural occurrences, or not. You see, Teddy Robin isn't a fool. He knows that the China market is a lot bigger than the Hong Kong market. And as we all know, ghosts aren't allowed in China movies. So now the title makes even more sense, at least in English. The Chinese title is a riff on Fellini's 8½. And since we're talking about ghosts, let me just say that Fellini's ghost is not shaking in his boots. You know, a lot of times I hear people say that they really wish that Hong Kong made movies like they used to in the old days. Well, those people haven't seen Lucid Dreams, because this movie feels like it was pulled right out of a time capsule. There are some good, entertaining performances here, but overall there's nothing about this movie that justifies its existence. Not even the use of the dynasty as a location in one of the stories. And certainly not the fact that we get to see Steffi Tang's back. People sometimes ask me what it's like to live in Hong Kong, and I tell them it's the kind of place where a grown woman's back is somehow considered newsworthy, as is apparently her boyfriend's lack of reaction. Yes, that's her boyfriend. She hasn't switched teams. That's a guy. Though, not by much. But where were we? I can't remember, which unfortunately goes for a lot of this film. I know I watched Lucid Dreams, and when I look at the stills, I kind of remember those parts, but overall there's little to nothing that's memorable about this movie. Louis Cheung goes 3 for 3 on double ninth ghost movies, appearing here in the first segment as a ne'er-do-well with a get-rich-quick plan. Dada Chen is part of the scheme, and she's actually very entertaining. The rest of the cast acquit themselves well enough, but they're not really given much to work with. The stories are haphazard and disjointed and largely forgettable, especially since they don't make a lot of sense most of the time. Now, on the plus side, Cecilia So reminded me of a young Anita Yoon in the segment that she's in, which stars the always funny Andrew Lam. Unfortunately, the whole segment ends up being too retro for its own good. I mean, it devolves into a gigantic musical number that feels like 1972. And not in a good way. But I'd be tempted to say that about the whole film. It reminds me of old movies, but for all the wrong reasons. There are some brief flashes of entertainment here, but not enough to really keep this mess afloat. The only thing that isn't painfully outdated about Lucid Dreams is the frankly cheap dodge of setting all the ghost stories in a dream state so that the movie can play in China. Lucid Dreams is, as a film, eminently forgettable, and the only memorable thing about it is how confusing and bad it is, and what a disappointment it turned out to be. Now, I'm not happy about saying that, believe me, and I wish this movie was better than it is. The only people who could really be happy about or enjoy Lucid Dreams are the people who made The Lingering, because that's now the second best and second worst of the 3 double ninth ghost movies of 2018. Like I said, I wanted to enjoy this movie. I mean, it's Teddy Robin, it was a ghost movie. What could go wrong? Well, watch the movie and see for yourself. But maybe you would enjoy it. And if you get a chance to see it and you enjoy it, I'm happy for you. I mean, if anything, I'm a little jealous because I didn't enjoy it. So if you want to go watch it in a cinema, go do that. If you don't do that, wait till you can rent or buy it. Don't steal it. Just because it's not a great movie doesn't make it okay to not give Teddy Robbins some money for his effort, all right? And as long as we're talking about money and effort, please click on my Patreon page. Because if just a few of you gave me a little bit of money, my life would be better. I mean, some people would say my life can't get much worse, so it's actually pretty easy. I'm not asking for a lot of money, just $1. Would it kill you? Please. If you enjoyed this review, please let me know, and if you didn't, let me know. Thank you for watching. See you again soon.